Students, in this section we are going to see about Thomson effect. So Thomson observed that when current is allowed to pass through a conductor maintained at different temperature, heat is absorbed or evolved throughout the body of the conductor. So I will explain to you. So this is, suppose if you consider copper, let this copper be heated at its center. So we are having a copper rod. So AB is the copper rod and C is its center. So we are heating the copper rod. So when it is heated, C is at high temperature, A and B are at low temperature. Suppose if we select 2 points, M and N. So M and N are the 2 points which are equal distance from C. So since M and N are equal distance from C, M and N will be at the same temperature because they are equal distance from C. Now allow the current to flow through it. Now current is flowing from A to B. When current is allowed to flow from A to B, M shows fall in temperature and N shows rising temperature. M shows fall in temperature. Before the flow of current, M and N are at the same temperature. Now when current is allowed to flow through it, M shows fall in temperature, N shows rise in temperature. The reason here fall in temperature is that heat is absorbed. Heat absorbed from A to C. Here heat is evolved from C to B. Heat is absorbed from A to C and heat is evolved from C to B. Such a effect is called positive Thomson effect. Positive Thomson effect. Why it is called as positive Thomson effect? Heat is absorbed when current flows from low temperature region to high temperature region, and heat is evolved when current flows from high temperature region to low temperature region. So heat absorbed or evolved is taking place in the direction of the flow of current. When heat is absorbed and heat is evolved take place in the direction of the flow of current, such a effect is called positive Thomson effect. So positive Thomson effect is taking place in copper, silver and so on. When I repeat the same experiment with iron, so take iron rod, heat this iron rod at its center it is heated. Similarly, you select 2 points M and N at the same distance from center. Before the flow of current, M and N will show the same temperature. Now allow the current to flow through it. When I allow the current to flow through it, M shows rise in temperature and N shows fall in temperature. So from A to C, heat is evolved, and from C to B, heat is absorbed. So if heat is evolved and heat is absorbed take place in the opposite direction of the flow of current, such an effect is called as negative Thomson effect. So negative Thomson effect takes place in iron, nickel, cobalt, platinum and so on. So thus we can classify materials having positive Thomson effect and materials having negative Thomson effect. It is absorbed and it is evolved in the direction of the flow of current, then that material is said to have positive Thomson effect. If heat is absorbed and heat is evolved in opposite to the direction of the flow of current, then that material is said to have negative Thomson effect. So this is how we can classify materials as positive Thomson effect and negative Thomson effect. If you do the same experiment with the lead, so suppose I am taking lead, I am heating that lead, so Pb, heating that lead at the center C and A, B, when I allow the current to flow through it, no change will take place. When no change takes place, then lead is said to have nil Thomson effect. So what is the use of studying materials having positive Thomson effect, materials having negative Thomson effect and nil Thomson effect? When we classify them like this, it is very easy for us to select materials to form thermocouple. Usually, thermocouple is formed by taking one material from positive Thomson effect and one from negative, or positive and lead, negative and lead. So they help us to select suitable materials to form a thermocouple. Thank you. So go through the part very well and try to answer for the questions given to you. Thank you, students.